When you hear the word hacker, you probably imagine someone in a dark room, multiple screens glowing, typing fast, breaking into systems, stealing data, causing chaos. But the truth is, that's only one side of the story. Because not all hackers are criminals. Some hackers protect the internet. Some operate in the shadows, and others exploit everything they can. And the difference between them is not skill, it's intention. Let's start with the first type, white hat hackers. These are cybersecurity professionals. They work legally, with permission, and their goal is simple: find weaknesses before real attackers do. White hat hackers work inside companies or as independent security researchers. You'll find them in tech companies, banks, government organizations, even startups. Their job is to think like attackers, but act like defenders. They perform something called penetration testing, which means they simulate real-world attacks on systems. They try to bypass login pages, test APIs, analyze code, and look for vulnerabilities like XSS, SQL injection, or authentication flaws. If they find a weakness, they don't exploit it for profit. They report it. Sometimes directly to the company, and sometimes through bug bounty platforms. And here's the interesting part. Companies actually pay them for this. Some bugs are worth hundreds of dollars. Others can reach thousands, or even more, because fixing a vulnerability early is much cheaper than dealing with a real attack. White hat hackers also work with security tools, firewalls, intrusion detection systems, security monitoring platforms. They help build stronger systems. They don't create chaos, they prevent it. Now, let's move to the middle ground, gray hat hackers. This is where things become less clear. Gray hat hackers have the same skills as white hats, but they don't always follow the rules. They might scan websites, test systems, or even access data without permission. Not always to cause harm, but not legally either. For example, a gray hat hacker might discover a vulnerability in a company's website. Instead of ignoring it or reporting it properly, they access the system, prove the vulnerability exists, then contact the company. Sometimes they ask for a reward. Sometimes they just expose the issue publicly. This puts companies in a difficult situation. On one hand, the vulnerability is real. On the other, it was found through unauthorized access. Gray hat hackers often work alone. You'll find them in online communities, forums, or bug bounty spaces. But they operate in a risky zone, because even if their intention is not malicious, their actions can still be illegal. They live in that gray area, between helping and breaking the rules. Now, the final type, black hat hackers. This is the dark side of hacking. Black hats use their skills for one purpose: exploitation. They don't ask for permission. They don't report vulnerabilities. They find weaknesses and use them. They target individuals, companies, banks, and even governments. One of their most common methods is phishing. They create fake login pages that look exactly like real ones. When users enter their credentials, everything gets sent directly to the attacker. They also use malware, malicious software designed to steal data, log keystrokes, monitor activity, or even take full control of a device. Another powerful attack is ransomware. This is when hackers encrypt a system, lock all files, and demand payment to unlock them. Sometimes companies pay millions just to recover their data. Black hat hackers also use automated tools. They run large-scale attacks, trying millions of password combinations, using leaked databases, looking for any weak point. And the scary part? Most attacks don't require advanced hacking. They rely on human mistakes. Weak passwords, reused credentials, clicking unknown links. That's all it takes. Black hat hackers don't just hack systems, they exploit people. They cause financial loss, data breaches, and sometimes permanent damage. So now you've seen the full picture. White hat hackers, gray hat hackers, and black hat hackers. Same skills, same tools, same knowledge, but completely different intentions. In cybersecurity, knowledge is power, but power without ethics can be dangerous. The internet you use every day is constantly being tested, protected by some, targeted by others. So the next time you hear the word hacker, don't assume they're all the same. Ask yourself, are they protecting the system or exploiting it? Because in the end, the difference isn't skill, it's intention. Stay aware, stay secure, and learn how the digital world really works.